Hello, I'm Sasha of Sasha Makes Cards, and welcome to a crafty peek for Kraftin Kimmie Stamps. So for today, I'm going to be creating a card using the I Believe in You stamp set, always love a good pun, and the Bumblebee stencil. Now I'm super excited to be acting as a crafty guest designer for the June-July release and the months of June-July. There's a lot of fun stuff coming. So there are 4 new stamp sets and 2 new layering stencils, all of which are going to be available Saturday, June 15th at 2 p.m. Eastern Time on Kraftin Kimmie's website. Today is day 2 of the Krafty Sneak Peeks, featuring this adorable and very punny Bumblebee stamp set and stencil. When I first saw this, I fell in love. He's adorable. He looks like a fluffy little bumblebee, so I wanted to make sure that when I colored him, I tried to make him look like a fluffy little bumblebee. I'm also going to be posting a video for day 3 of the Krafty Sneak Peeks tomorrow, so make sure you stay tuned for that. And also be sure to check out my blog and the Crafty Friends Facebook group to see all the other inspiration from the design team members and the other crafty guests for this release. There's a lot happening and it's all so fun, and everybody's made such amazing creations that you need to go check them out. Anyways, maybe I should tell you a little bit about what I'm doing. So I started by stamping this adorable little bumblebee image using an alcohol marker friendly ink. For this I used the Simon Says Stamp Intense Black ink and stamped that onto a 100-pound hammer mill cardstock, and then fussy cut it out using a pair of spring assisted scissors. Today I'm going to be coloring the bumblebee image using Ohuhu alcohol markers. As I'm coloring, I've put the colors that I'm using in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, so it's easy to find, easy to refer to, and you can also, if you want to, refer to the little color combination sheet I shared right before I started coloring. Also, as I'm working with alcohol markers, I'm always working from my darkest color to my lightest color. For example, for the yellow bumblebee, I start with Y2, moving to Y070, then to Y050, and then to Y040, and lastly to Y030. Whenever I'm picking the colors for any given color combination that I'm going to be using, I always make sure to pick at least anywhere from 3 to 5 alcohol markers, as it really gives a good range of shades and just helps a lot when actually blending them together. Something else that I often do whenever I'm coloring with alcohol markers is, after I'm done using the alcohol markers themselves, I then go in with pencil crayons or colored pencils, depending on where you're from, to add either texture and more shading to the images. For the bumblebee especially, it's perfect for adding texture to make sure he's a fluffy little bumblebee. But for this, I always like to use my Prismacolor Premier colored pencils. Once he's all colored, I can then move on to making a pretty easy background using the Bumblebee layering stencil. I always love working with layering stencils, although I don't use them very often, because they give such effortless and beautiful results. So when I saw that there were 2 layering stencils included in this release, I got especially excited. I can't wait for you to see the other one coming tomorrow, or for the Krafty Sneak Peek coming tomorrow. But anyways, I put down the first layer of the layering stencil onto my card. Here I'm just using a sticky mat to hold my card in place. Put the stencil over top, and then I'm using some Distress Oxides and a detail blending brush to create the little bumblebee stenciled effect. The Distress Oxides I'm using to create the stenciled bumblebees are Mustard Seed, Salty Ocean, and Black Soot. I always love peeling off a stencil whenever I'm done ink blending or using paste, so it's always so satisfying to see the finished result, especially when they're such adorable little bumblebees. It's so cute. Anyways, to finish the card, I glued down the bumblebee using some liquid adhesive, and then I stamped a sentiment from the stamp set. I stamped the Hi Honey sentiment because I thought it would go perfectly with the adorable little bumblebee image. Trimmed it and then glued that down to the card as well. I originally was planning on stamping the sentiment right on the card, which you might see here. However, I decided I didn't really like that and just glued a little piece over top. And that's the completed card project. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to check out the description box below for links to my blog and the Crafty Friends Facebook group to hop along and see all the other amazing projects with this adorable stamp and stencil. And also make sure you stay tuned for more Krafty Sneak Peeks coming in the coming days and for the entire release to be available this Saturday. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.